Tash, full English translation with says on every dialogue. The time has finally come for the long-awaited full summary of One Piece Chapter 1168. Ready? Then hop aboard with me, right after the intro. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Manga Information. Before we jump into today's content, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Alright, let's get into the video. Technical information. Chapter, short, with only 15 pages. Status, some pages are unfinished, similar to Chapter 1098. Title, The Snow of Elbaf. Cover request, some little sheep are making gloves for Hachi. The beginning, the reputation of the giants. The chapter opens with the narrator explaining that the giants' reputation has improved dramatically across the world thanks to trade with other nations, the heroism of the giant marines, and of course, King Harald's diplomacy. Meanwhile, in Elbaf, Loki has been sent to the detention center in the underground after destroying the Brewers' village. The return of Harald and Ida's tragedy. Harald returns to Elbaf from his latest mission and goes to take care of Ida in her bar. Ida says that his words made her feel much better and asks whether Elbaf will soon become one with the world. Harald says, "That's right, Ida. Soon we'll be connected to the entire world. Then things will be just like the old days. We can go on adventures together again." Ida says, "Fantastic. I can't wait." Harald says, "Neither can I." Ida reaches out her arm and holds Harald's hand, but the moment their hands touch, her arm loses strength, and she passes away. On the following day, heavy snow falls across Elbaf. Harald and Heidrudin cry beside Ida's bed while Loki sits silently in his prison. Flashback. 14 years ago, Shanks suddenly disappeared right before being promoted to a holy knight. So Harald, next in line, was given the opportunity in his place. He accompanied the 5 elders to the empty throne room. Harald says, "Once Elbaf becomes part of the world government, I intend to give up my crown and pass it on to someone younger and purer than myself." Imu says, "That is not for you to decide. Mu shall decide that." Harald is shocked when he notices someone sitting on the empty throne. Harald says, "Why is someone sitting on the empty throne?" Imu says, "Come closer. I have been watching you, Harald." A deafening scream echoes throughout Pangaea Castle. Imu changes Harald's mark into the Depths Pact symbol, the same one Killingham bears in the present. Harald screams and says, "I can feel it, my power is rising to a terrifying level." Imu says, "From this moment on you are a knight of immortality, a servant of Mu." Harald says, "Immortality? It still sounds like a dream to me." Imu says, "Create an abyss, a pentagram in Elbaf for me, as a mark of the bond between us. And later, once Mu's final order is complete, your hard work will be rewarded. Elbaf will be officially allowed to join the world government." The Return and the Curse. As Imu gives these orders, we see Harald returning to Elbaf on his ship. He creates the abyss in the throne room of Castle Orust. But Imu's next command is to turn Elbaf into a military nation, with a fleet as large as the Marines. Harald tries to resist, but his body starts moving on its own. The Depths Pact prevents him from defying Imu. Against his will, Harald orders his soldiers to tie him to a pillar and summon his children and Jarul immediately. Since Heidrudin was at sea, only Loki and Jarul head to the castle. The detention center and the climax. In the underground, a giant guard approaches Loki's cell. Giant guard says, "Loki, step out, you're free." Loki says, "Huh?" Giant guard says, "Go to Castle Orust immediately. The king demands your presence." The scene cuts to Jarul's home. Jarul says, "An emergency, you say? Wait, what exactly happened?" The chapter ends showing Harald's famous portrait, the one where he holds a sword, while the narrator concludes, open quote, "And now, returning to the main story, on that day, a massive massacre occurred inside the castle, leading to the death of Elbaf's most beloved king, the wise sovereign Harald." Close quote. Conclusion. End of the chapter, and next week is a break. This was Chapter 1168, a setup for the tragic events leading to Harald's death. What did you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Thank you, and see you next time.